India maintained their winning ways in the ICC Men's ODI World Cup by notching up a fifth consecutive win this time, overcoming the Kiwi threat. Set a competitive 274 to win by New Zealand, whose Daryl Mitchell scored a fantastic 130 of 127 deliveries. India reached home with 2 overs to spare. Yes, disdainfully. Yes, when the beautiful pull stroke by Jadeja towards the deep square leg boundary led to the victory. However, none of that would have happened had it not been before Virat Kohli's impressive 95. Yes, the Kingmaster, the run chaser, is back with 95, and how. A knock that came off just 104 deliveries featuring 8 fours and 2 sixes. King Kohli once again to the rescue. Yes, he was at the rescue. However, it was an informed captain Rohit Sharma's whose quick fire 46 up the order led the foundation to a solid start before Ferguson, Henry and Bolt put India onto the back foot. Yes, Rahul and Iyer made some runs, but not too many in the middle order, while Surya Kumar Yadav was sent packing for just 2, thanks to an exceptional run out by Bolt. In the end, 78 runs stand for the 6th wicket between Virat and Jadeja did it for India. But spare a thought for Shami's incredible fifer. Yes, we've been talking about Shami before the match with the coach at a stretch and talking about why is he sitting outside. But yes, he made a comeback and that's where we were. But that's not at all. We also have another game coming up. Today's all-important game at Chennai, where under pressure Pakistan take on resolute Afghanistan. I'm joined by 2 special guests, Chaya Mughal, Andrew Leonard, who will join us a little later talking about the match today. But right now, we want to continue the euphoria of the win that India had last night. Rajkumar Sharma, the internationally acclaimed coach of Virat Kohli, joins us live. Also joining us is Tasmin Granger, who's an international player from Zimbabwe. But first, I'll go on to Mr. Rajkumar Sharma. Mr. Rajkumar Sharma, happy, excited, jubilant or relaxed? What's your mood right now in the morning?
I'm definitely happy. The whole country is happy. We were continuously losing to New Zealand. And there was sort of a zinc that has happened against New Zealand, that in any ICC event, we were not winning against them. But that zinc is over now, and India has won the match, and everybody was so happy and excited because New Zealand were also unbeaten before this game. Absolutely. So it was, the thought that this is a title clash. This is sort of a match where which team is the most superior team in this tournament. And New Zealand I would say, is a real good team, very, very balanced team. They've got very deep batting as well as their bowlers are very good, and they know the Indian conditions very well. So I think this team is really a tough opponent for anybody, and it will be very exciting to see them further in this tournament.
Well, absolutely. We've proceeded further in tournament with aplomb. We'll come back to you on the Virat special. However, I'll request my technical team to fix up your audio because the voice isn't clear. We'll shift our focus on to Tasmin Granger. Tasmin, we discussed how New Zealand was invincible till yet, and yesterday we saw how the mighty had fallen. Do you think India played with a plan, or New Zealand couldn't score 50 odd extra runs that they were supposed to?
Yeah, definitely. Good morning to you all. I personally think that India came out with a plan for a plan on top of another plan. They had it put down for them of what could possibly go wrong and where they were going to go about it. And they didn't just have one plan for this, but a plan to back up their next plan for me. Brilliant innings from Rohit Sharma, I believe. He's the one that set it all up front, taking on obviously the New Zealand bowlers early enough. I would say that, brilliant innings from Virat. We've seen him change his traditional I'm coming to kill the game type of formation when he lost Rohit at the crease, and he just took the role on of being an anchor. He didn't try to overhit the ball. He was just about timing and just about placement for me yesterday, and I think he played a brilliant inning.
Well, we have the best man to talk about Virat Kohli's scoring prowess, especially since the age of 9. Mr. Rajkumar Sharma, I'll come back and shift our focus. The nation wants to know how exactly you know, he planned his innings, and you've been in touch. Of course, he makes that mandatory call to you. What was the mood with him last night, and also the previous game where he scored the century?
Well, he's very excited and he's very happy also that he's doing so well for the country, for his team. He's contributing a lot for the team, and that is what he takes pride in. You know, Sunil, he always wants his team to win. He never goes for his personal record. Though yesterday he tried for his 49th 100 trying to hit a six. Unfortunately, that didn't connect properly and went in the hand. But all said and done, it was a brilliant knock where he took the responsibility. And you know, after Surya got out, so it looked at one stage that India is in trouble. But here everybody knew that till Virat is there, India is going to win, and that has happened. And I was watching one record shown by Star Sports yesterday that 32 times India has won if Virat has remained not out of 33. So that shows his character and his, you know, commitment for the team and his skill and his self-belief. So that shows why he's called the champion player, and that is why he's called the king. And he was very happy. He was, you know, I mean, he was not very, I mean, he was not at all worried about his 49th 100. He said yes, he hit that for a six, but unfortunately that went into the hand. But he was very happy that India could break that jinx against New Zealand, which was continuously happening. And you know, against New Zealand, we lost consecutive matches in ICC tournament. So Sir, he was pretty excited about it.
So one thing we always wanted to find out how he feels after the match, through you, of course. But one thing that fans don't know, and I've happened to witness it on several occasions, whenever he calls you up after the match, he's excited, he's jubilant, but you seem to become far more emotional, just like you know, like the elder brother, the father figure it is. What makes you so emotional after every landmark he cruises into?
You know, it happens, you know, it is always a proud moment that when he do so well, people start calling you, and you know, everybody calls from all part of the world to congratulate me, and you know, everybody is so happy for him. He has got a lot of fans. His fan following is tremendous, you know, and everybody wants him to do well because he's such a good player. Apart from being a good player, he's such a good human being that everybody loves him, you know. And so I really feel proud that you know, he's doing so well for the country and for the team. And he was also very happy yesterday, and even after the match, he was very, very happy that India has won, and he was able to help the team in winning that particular match.
Well, that's an interesting insight. Of course, this question has never been asked to you. What makes you so emotional after the conversation that you've had? Take a step back. Tasmin, now we want to come to you. Just talk us through about the innings. Yes, if you can hear us, talk us through about the innings of Virat Kohli, the wagon wheel which will come on our screen very shortly. Wagon wheel of Virat Kohli. Just take us through that. His batting, his prowess, everything.
You know, I think, like I said earlier, he batted brilliantly, regardless of having 42 dot balls. He's got 43 singles. I want you to just take a moment and stare at his wagon wheel, because for me, it's crazy. You know, he looks like he's cut up the ground into a perfectly cut pizza for me. The boundaries he hit just around the ground, showing you that he can hit a boundary anywhere on the ground. When he needs to turn the aggressor on, he can. But yesterday, he played that anchor role for India, you know, giving the guys around him the chance to be able to combat around him, giving Jadeja the support he probably needed at the end, you know, telling him, look, this is the deal. I'm here to stay. If you're here to go and it's in your zone, go ahead and play at it, you know. Brilliant innings from him for me, you know. It's well structured, well classed for me, you know. He had a plan. He looked like he had a plan for every bowler coming out to him. I seen him play a couple of cover drives that I didn't expect to be driven. He drove on the up, he came forward to it, he did everything to it for me yesterday, and it was just top class for me.
Well, absolutely. That inning was top class, and what you see on screen right now, very soon, is the wagon wheel of Virat Kohli. There were 43, as you said, dot balls and 42 singles, or the other way around. which means the amount of runs that he makes and runs the singles. It's pretty hard. And it's a, yes, we're going to request the PCR to stop it on this frame. This is what you see. If you go back, this is what you see, the Virat Kohli's masterclass yesterday. And it was incredible. Sir, I would like to get you in here on this moment. Mr. Rajkumar Sharma.
He has got all the shots in this book, you know, and that is why he is so confident that he can counter any bowler on any surface. And that is his strength, you know, because he has got all the shots. He plays drives. Everybody knows cover drive is bread and butter shot. Then he is very strong off his legs also. Nobody dares bowl him on his legs. So, I mean, he plays all around the wicket. So, it is very, very difficult for any bowler to contain him, you know. And then everybody knows he can hit big sixes. So, I think there can't be a better complete cricketer than Virat Kohli. That is what he has shown in the past 10 years, that he can, you know, chase any amount of, you know, runs and any average, whether it is 10 runs and over or 8 runs and over, he can very well chase that because he has the ability, he has that self-belief, and he has all the strokes because of his technique and his temperament. That is why he is called King Kohli, and he is the chase master. And repeatedly he has shown that, and yesterday also he did the same.
Well, that's an important way to put it, sir. So, what is the recent change that he started running the singles very hard, and he doesn't play to the gallery by scoring big hits and big sixes? He just, if you see there on the screen right now, what you have, as Tasmin perfectly put it, it's the perfectly cut pizza, which means that, you know, all the slices are equal, all the boundaries and all the division of the ground, he's taken runs. So what has been his change in the last 3-4 years that he runs those doubles and singles very hard?
So look, he plays according to the situation of the team. Like, he knows that Indian batting revolves around him, and he has the responsibility. If he gets out, you will always find a panic in Indian dressing room and in Indian batting order. He has taken this responsibility for last 10 years, and accordingly he plays. If you see sometime when he's playing with Rohit, Rohit, you know, the class player he is, he takes on the bowlers, and so that time Virat goes to the second fiddle. He lets Rohit, you know, hit those big sixes and boundaries, and he will just take singles and will give strike to Rohit. But when it comes to big chase, and when the team requires the big runs from him, so then he is able to hit all those boundaries and sixes at his will, you know. That is the class of Virat Kohli, and that he has shown in past so many times, and you know, he is capable of scoring any amount of runs while chasing, and even while batting first. So it all depends on the condition of the, you know, team. Like yesterday, we lost early wickets after, you know, so he was a bit cautious, and he was taking singles and waiting game to go deep, you know, and that is how he takes it. He takes the game deep, and then he targets one or two bowlers so that he can capitalize on them and take that average where it is required.
So we'll request you to stay along with us as we shift our focus now to the all-important match, the arch rivals between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Tasneem, what do you have the head-to-head between Afghanistan and this thing? Well, we have, Tasneem, quickly.
So far, Afghanistan has not actually beaten Pakistan on the World Cup stage. So for them, obviously, really close for them in 2019. I think they'll be looking to make amends to that, you know, and yet again, similar situations. Afghanistan does hold the key for Pakistan having any other solid hope in this tournament right now, as they did in 2019. I think they're playing brilliant cricket, Afghanistan, that is, and they have the potential right now, especially with Azmatullah doing great things right now with the bat. You know, I got my money on him today to pull out a great show again.
Absolutely, we'll see. We are joined by UAE skipper Chaya Mughal. Chaya, if you can hear us, according to you, what is the game going to look like today?
Well, I think Pakistan need to win this game if they want to keep their semi-finals hope alive in this tournament. I think the main problem for them as such is the batters who are not able to score runs, especially against spinners in the middle, and but they need some sturdy batting, from their batters, especially from Babar Azam, who is looking underwhelmed until now in this tournament. I think some runs flowing from his bat will give some confidence to the team, just to come up and showcase this talent at a bigger platform, which they are not able to show as of now. Pakistan always had some handy spinners in the middle, who would supplement the fast bowlers in stopping the flow of runs in the middle. But this time I would say, it's not working well for them. And Pakistan at this stage would definitely want to come and play stronger against Afghanistan and break this losing streak of two matches in the past.
Well, thank you very much, Shah, for giving that perspective that Pakistan will have to go heavily against Afghanistan, whereas Afghanistan isn't the spring chickens. They've been there, they've done that, and now this is almost like their home ground. Well, we'll shift our focus and include Andrew Leonard, the international cricket commentator, in the show. Afghanistan are at the bottom dwellers as we see what realistic chance do they have to trouble Pakistan. Another upset akin to the game versus England?
Well, it's a massive game today for Afghanistan. They take on Pakistan, their old rivals, who they've had many fine battles against in recent times. And for me, they're playing them at the right venue to have a chance of an upset victory. It would be an upset, no doubt. But with the likes of Rashid Khan, his world-class spinning ability, alongside Mujibur Rahman and the grand old statesman Mohammad Nabi himself, I think they've got the spin attack at a venue in which they can impact the game and influence it to a large extent. They're playing them in Chennai, and Pakistan, they've had a bit of an indifferent tournament, haven't they? In that Coliseum of Ahmedabad, they caved in against the Indian fans and they were simply blown away. Then Australia outclassed them, or more to the point, Australia's openers outclassed them, David Warner and Mitchell Marsh. So I think this will be a very, very closely run contest. And if Azmatullah Ormadzai can continue his impressive tournament with bat and ball, and I'd like to see Najibullah Zadran recalled to the Afghan side, I think we could be in for the first real classic, a barnstorming finish between these two old rivals.
Leonard,
and I think
very
Afghanistan
quick question on the spin department and also the pace, especially Farooqi. Your views, quickly.
One of the big challenges, though, for Afghanistan is the lack of form for Fazil Haq Farooqi and Naveen ul Haq. They both come in with big reputations, that IPL experience and T20 franchise leagues around the world. But in the ODI format here at the Men's Cricket World Cup, they haven't done much. Between them, they've taken just 4 wickets in the 3 matches so far. Azmatullah Ormadzai, he's shone in patches. The all-rounder is such an impressive young cricketer with bat and with ball. But for me, Fazil Haq Farooqi in particular, with all of those skills at the death and with the new ball, he needs to show a little bit more, give some early inroads, get past the likes of Imam ul Haq and Babar Azam, and get Afghanistan into that Pakistan middle order early, and then it could be game on in Chennai.
Andrew Leonard, thank you very much for joining us. One last question before we wrap up our show in the morning on the cricket special brought to you by DafaNews. Sir, the standing, again the question is for Rajkumar Sharma, sir. The table standing, the country standing makes it very interesting as India is much ahead the curve. They've got 10 points, and what do you make from here? Is it now India is going to play purely for the net run rate? Because they have 2 of the important matches coming up. What is your view on this, sir?
Well, India has to continue playing the same. They have been playing superb cricket, and all their players are in good form. They are playing like a unit. Sunil, that is the best thing. They are playing like a team. Everybody is, fulfilling his responsibility, doing his duties. Though yesterday, for the first time, we saw our fielding was not up to the mark. That was a slight point of concern in this particular match. Otherwise, India has been fielding also very well. Their bowling have been superb. All the batsmen are in good nick, like Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul. They have not scored too many runs, but they have looked good. So there is no point of worry for that also. So I think India should continue to play their, the way they are playing, and I think they'll top the ladder once this league is over. So they will be number 1, and that would be a great advantage for India.
Well, I thank all my guests, Andrew, Chaya Mughal, Tasneem, and also Mr. Rajkumar Sharma.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.